Is this the best lighting? No. Do I have a cat on my lap? Yes. Are we gonna record anyway? Yes. Hello internet! So this is Cat of Diamonds that you see here on this channel called FannishReviews. Have you seen anything from me since December and Project for Awesome? No. Am I back for BookTubeAthon? Yes. I don't believe I've missed a BookTubeAthon on this channel, so here I am. So we're just gonna hop into the challenges. I have too many books. I have reasons, and with the challenges you'll see why. I wrote them all on post-it notes. So let a coin toss decide your first read. I have a Canadian dollar. I have a queen on the front and a loon. Is this the loony? Is that what they call looning? And it decides my first read, but I'm also going to decide which read it is. So I have The Heir and the Spare out of my TBR at home, and Miss Mayhem, which is book 2. The first book is Rebel Belle. They're both under 300 pages, which is why I chose them. The loon will be Miss Mayhem because it's a southern thing, even though loons are Canadian. And then the queen will be The Heir and the Spare. Heads! So The Heir and the Spare it is. That is going to be my first read. So Miss Mayhem is going back in the TBR pile. Second challenge is read a book about something you want to do. Well, all of the books in my TBR are like either non-fiction or like fantasy fiction, and so there wasn't really anything that was really what I want to do. I just didn't really, yeah, I'm in my 30s. I don't need to do like a contemporary teen romance. So I went to the library and looked at 200 skills every fashion designer must have, because as my cosplay sewing skills improve, I am considering starting to make my own geek fashion. But then I also saw like how intense of a read it's actually going to be, so I'm definitely going to still keep it from the library. But I also got so many other things from the library, which will make sense later. I also got Unfuck Your Habitat, You're Better Than Your Mess by Rachel Hoffman, because I'm moving next month. No, in September. It's almost next month, but in September I'm moving, and I'm gonna have to declutter a lot and get rid of a lot of things, so I figured a book to inspire me would be good for something that I want to do. So this is why I went to the library, is we're supposed to do a book to movie adaptation. I didn't have any of those in my pile that I haven't read, and I have read books that I've turned into movies, and I own movies that are adapted from books, but I really wanted one that I haven't read. So I tried to get based on the graphic novel, which I got the movie, but I'm still in the I'm first in line for the actual graphic novel, so I might do this if the library gets it to me in time. But then I also got A Wrinkle in Time because I didn't read the book as a kid, or I don't remember any of it. And so I'm third in line for the graphic novel of A Wrinkle in Time because there was less of a line for the book, the graphic novel, than the book, but I'm still third in line, so it hasn't gotten to me yet, and then I could just get A Wrinkle in Time online because it's still, like, it's already available. That being said, if I don't get either of those things, I got Silver Linings Playbook and Simon versus the Homo Sapiens on audiobooks from the library, which this is the screen cap, because I own Silver Linings Playbook and I can probably go see Love, Simon in like a dollar theater or access it somehow. I have a lot of options, so I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to try to save it for the later half of the week, just to see what ends up at the library. Read a book with green on the cover is the fourth challenge, which I pulled Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson from my TBR pile over there. It is rather humongous, and since it's such a long book, over 400 pages, I also got it an audiobook version at the library because I have so much cosplay that I need to do. If I can do 2 audiobooks during this challenge, that'll help me do the challenge, and I can listen to the books while I work on cosplay and not sacrifice time in that way, because oh my god, I have basically a month to get 4 costumes done for Dragon Con. So, you know, should I be doing this TBR Probably not. Challenge 5 is read a book while wearing the same hat the whole time. And again, I didn't have any graphic novels in my TBR pile, and the graphic novel that I'm buying next doesn't get published until the 15th of August, so that doesn't help me. So I went to my Goodreads TBR wish list thing and picked Nimona and got it from the library. It is a very common, from a few years ago, graphic novel that got Tumblr famous, I believe, or it was a Tumblr famous artist that, I don't know, something in Tumblr, but this has been in my TBR and Goodreads for a really long time, so I figured this is a good chance and challenge to get it. Oh, and I was gonna have a hat. Maybe I'll find a hat, picture of the hat that I'll wear, but I think because of the nerd references of Tumblr and appreciated, I'm going to wear my Ewok hat. Book 6 was read a book with a beautiful spine, and I tried and I considered deeply to pull Obsidian from my TBR because the Illuminae file books are so beautiful, and the covers, when they're in hardcovers, are translucent, so this shows up on the spine. It's like, they are just a piece of art and a production. But again, it is huge, and so I have two options. This is a beautiful spine, but I am going to save it for absolute last. If I get to it, I get to it. But I do have an opportunity to swap it out for Odyssey Volume 1 from the library because it's got a beautiful cover, and the reason I chose it was because of the typography on the spine, because the Odyssey cover is symbolic-y, like Odyssey. I don't know why I had to explain that to you, I'm sorry. But it also continues, this typography also continues on the spine. And I am a sucker for good typography. So this is my most likely beautiful spine, and this is my, oh god, do I actually have time for this? Probably not spine. And then read 7 books. Originally I had pulled the Encyclopedia of Early Earth, which is the other graphic novel I do have. And the reason I didn't choose this as my longer one or a different challenge is just because I don't know if I want to speed through this because of its concept. And also I got the Well, That Escalated Quickly by Francesca Ramsey from the library while I was on my library kick. There's still 5 things I'm waiting for, because when I go put things on hold at the library, I can never do just one thing. Lol, this is a voiceover because I said that this book was on Magic Cat Jenny's TBR because she's my reading buddy for BookTubeAthon, but it's actually on Kathy's, so she can be my reading buddy too. What do you say, Kathy? Okay, back to the regular video. I don't remember what they chose this for, but it was on their list, and I'll link them below. With that in mind, that I do have like 3 alternatives to this TBR, this is like most likely what I'm going to be reading during the BookTubeAthon. Like, there you go. That's a 7-book pile with a movie in place of the book that doesn't exist in physical form. Cool. It's been a really long time since I made a video on this channel, so we're just gonna end it here. Do the likes and the subscribes and the call to action stuff. Do the people still do that on YouTube? I don't know. I have not been a very good YouTuber this year. Yikes /oops/DFTBA, and happy reading.